Hello. This is Adrienne Capricorntigress of astrological.com, and I'm coming to you with the astrological horoscope for the sign of Sagittarius for the month of January 2020. Happy 2020, Sagittarius, and well, happy New Year and happy happy everything. It's a whole new year and a whole new decade for a lot of this. So I'm actually recording this as of the 20th of December. And some of the things I'm going to tell you pertain to the end of December. But I think their influence is going to stretch well into January. Okay. So the first thing is that on the 26th of January, there is going to be a solar eclipse, a full solar eclipse, and new moon in the sign of Capricorn. And that is going to be the last new moon of the decade and the last new moon of 2020. And of course, the last solar eclipse of the decade as well. So it's a very major thing. It occurs in your second house of money. We're talking money, Sag. So if that wasn't enough, on the 28th of January, yeah, that is amazing, because on the 28th, Mercury goes into the second house. And the beautiful thing is, when Mercury goes into the second house, Mercury is going to put your mind on money. And I say it all the time, but you got your mind on your money and your money on your mind. You're really going to have that in January. Yeah, at least until it goes into Aquarius on the 16th of January. So I would take that time between the 26th and the 16th to really focus on my money. This is what that's there for. Until on the 10th, that's going to be the next full moon. But between the 26th and the 10th, concentrate on your money. From now to the 10th of January, concentrate on your money. You're going to have Pluto in the second house, Saturn in the second house, the sun in the second house, Jupiter in the second house, the new moon in the second house, the solar eclipse in the second house. It's all about the money. About the Benjamins, baby. All about the Benjamins. And I think it's about what you give. Like learning how, with money, I'll give you an example, because I have Sagittarius rising in Seattle, and I also am a Sag in Eastern astrology. So I have found, and I mean, this is almost an exact thing, so it freaks me out a little bit. So let's say, for instance, I get an email and it's someone selling something that's ridiculous, maybe a new app, and they're like, it costs $49 to buy this app. Buy this app now for $49. And I'll think, I don't got any play money for that $49, because, I try to buy only with my play money. And so I'll think, well, I actually have enough. I like it. I'll just buy this one little thing. It's only $49. And the next thing I know, I'll make a sale for $50. It happens every time. It's an exact science. And I really believe that this is something you might need to learn about, the give and take and flow of money. Like when you put it out, it comes back and it flows. Once you put it into flow, it starts flowing, it starts moving, it starts coming. And it's a weird thing. I can't explain it. I don't know why it works. It does. But when I hold on to that money and I miser it away, I find nothing is coming toward me. Like everything stops, like, I get nothing. The moment I start giving out, whether it's my time, my energy, or my money, but specifically my money, there is a law of increase about this. And it's also in the Bible. the law of increase, which is to give 10% of what you make. So if you manage to give away at least 10%, or if you can tithe it, if you're into that, if you are religious, you could tithe it. If not, like I do, I find causes or people that I can support, and then I'll purchase something, or from one or two or three people, and I find that it creates like this. It's like a flow. I give, I get back. I give, I get back. I give more, I get back more. I get less, I get back less. It happens consistently. And I think, Sagittarius, that's your message for January, to really master that, to master how to get the money, and to the whole flow of the money. And I really believe that because on the 10th, the full moon is going to be in Cancer, and there's going to be a lunar eclipse in Cancer, and that's 20 degrees of Cancer, and the sun's going to be in Capricorn at 20 degrees. So that day, what this means is that the sun is going to be in Capricorn at 20 degrees in the second house of your money. And then this full moon lunar eclipse is going to be in the eighth house of other people giving you the money. So it may be a day where you find an issue with people owing you money and not giving you money. Or it may be a day that you find that people start paying you the money that you've earned or that they owe you. Or you may get a windfall. Literally, the eighth house means windfall. Maybe you'll file for your taxes that day and find that you got a lot of taxes coming. I don't know. Something like that. Also on the 10th, that same day, Uranus goes direct in Taurus. And that's your sixth house, by the way. So your work is going to start perking up again, Sag. I think I mentioned the Saturn-Pluto conjunct in that second house. Saturn and Pluto conjunct, that is giving a lot of power to Saturn. And it's also adding a lot of like seriousness to Pluto. I would take money very seriously. Like, I realize right now I've got to pay the state of Washington for my business license. I'm behind, and I got my city, but I didn't get the state, I don't think. So, when you start, I just realized that's what that retrograde or that connection is going to do. Not the retrograde, but that conjunction. Maybe it'll bring things like that to mind, where you realize, oh, I got this powerful thing, that this is part of the structure that I need to build for my finances. I need to do this very important, powerful thing to build my financial structure. And I just had that epiphany right now. That's crazy. Let's see. We talked about Saturn control. Venus enters Pisces on the 13th. That's your fourth house. Your Neptune is there in Pisces already. So now Venus is going to be joining Neptune in the fourth house. I see home beautification projects. I mean, between all that Capricorn in the second house, and now we've got Venus and Neptune in the fourth, there could even be a new home. I'm just saying, you could even move, get a new place, get some new furniture, get some new money. I'm just seeing some kind of beautification project. Something like that could occur for sure. On the 16th of January, Mercury enters Aquarius. On the 20th, the sun enters Aquarius. And on the 24th, the new moon enters Aquarius, and the moon and sun are going to be conjunct in Aquarius at 4 degrees. And that Aquarius is all occurring in your third house of communication. Now, this could affect the way you talk and speak and communicate, and talking on the cell phone, and on the internet and, anything where you've got to communicate. Now, this could be emails, it could be texting, any of that. Okay. Anything that deals with communication. Okay. Letters, all of it. But it also rules like local travel. So it could be you on your bike or in a car or walking around or having to take taxis or, any of those things that involve local transportation, bicycling, any of that. But the third house also is just representative of your local community and like your neighbors and, just doing things in your local community. It also is indicative of like your, more than just extended family. It's like your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, your nieces, your nephews, your aunts, your uncles, that type of family. That's third house. So you could find yourself having a lot of communication with them. All of a sudden, you could find that you're dealing with your neighbors a lot, like wherever you're living in. All of that can come into focus now. Also, lots of paperwork. I'm just seeing lots of paperwork between that Uranus going direct in the sixth house and all this Aquarius in the third. I'm just seeing lots of paperwork, lots of paperwork. Okay, you guys. Well, this has been my take for you, Sagittarius. I just had to get this in there for you, Saggies, because I don't want you guys thinking, oh, she forgot us. She'll love us like she used to. Yes, I do, Saggy, because I got my Saggy and my Eastern astrology, and I had to tell you what I had to tell you. So I'm glad I did that. All right. Much love and light to you, Sag. Oh, and happy holidays, happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and happy 2020 to you all. I know.